everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I have a very exciting video for you. I cannot wait to show you. I have been renovating the main barn for the last couple of months now. It's been quite a while. It's been the biggest project I've done with my Schleich horses, and I have finally finished it. I've set it all up, and yeah, I'm going to be taking you on a tour of the new main barn. So let's get started. Okay, my friends, so here we are outside the main barn, and initially it doesn't look that different. Well, it doesn't look different at all, to be honest. I've got the same signs on both sides. I kept those because I really like them. The doorbell is still the same, but I have taken off the gate that used to go across the middle here. I am planning on replacing that, just making a new one kind of thing, but I haven't got around to it. That's, I think, the only thing I have left to do. So yeah, the front is pretty much the same. We're just going to head on inside because that's where everything starts to change. Okay, I'm not going to lie, it's quite chaotic. No, it's not chaotic. It's quite full. I think that's how I would describe it. There's a lot of stuff going on. And yeah, that's sort of an overview of the barn. It's very exciting. I absolutely love all the different things that I've added and changed. So yeah, I can't wait to show you. So I think where we're going to start is the tack room. I feel like that's sort of the iconic place to start. So yeah, we're going to come around here on the left to the new tack room, which, as you can probably tell, is quite different to what was originally here. So yeah, I think one of the big changes is it's now like a definite separate room to the rest of the barn. It's got this door and partitions separating it from everything else. So it feels a lot cozier and more like an office, which I really like. And yeah, it's got the swinging door that is helpfully labelled with tack room, in case you were lost or something like that. And yeah, I think we're going to start over here on the left with the first aid box that you can access from the corridor, so it's really convenient and it's right by the door in case you needed it. So yeah, it does actually open up. Let me just carefully do that, and it is very packed, as you can see. Let me focus in on it. We have bandages in there, a lot of bandages just sort of all flying around. We've got lots of bottles and stuff. We also have some posters with like the contents of the things in the cupboard and also some emergency phone numbers. And right at the back there's a mirror. I don't know why, I just thought it looked quite cool. And let me just close that carefully. And on top of it we have a walkie-talkie. Like, you could take that out on a hack if you were going, just so you could be able to you're able to contact people. Then on the side we have a sign saying that helmets are required when you're mounted, and above it we have the doorbell, which I haven't changed. That is just as it originally was, so that's not any different. And yeah, let's move on. Also, I did knock over this poor lady, so let's just pop her up like nothing happened. Okay, so we have the gate, and I think there's stuff on the back of that I'll come around and show you that because it's kind of awkward right now. Moving across to the table bench thing here. It's not really a desk. I don't know really what it is. A counter. I think that's the best description. So on the front of that we have lots of different posters and stuff. We have different barn rules. So we've got the arena rules there, and then another thing saying that helmets are required when you're mounted. Then next to that we have the two different types of horse trail signs that can be found around when you're out hacking. So yeah, they're just there for information. We have a lovely picture from my Instagram of I think Chili in a matchy blue set, which I love. It's very aesthetic. And then we have a blackboard that the weather and the wind conditions and temperature and that kind of thing's written on, just so you can gauge the weather if you're going out for a ride. And then on the end, I really love this. It is hang on, I think they're you can take like bits of paper, there's quite a few of them, and they're checklists. So if you're going to a horse show or something like that, you can just take one and then tick things off. I'm dropping all of them now, they're so fiddly. I'm just going to put that one in upside down. I can't do it one-handed. And yeah, you can just take one of those, and yeah, I think it's really cool. And the tray says, please take on it. So that's very sweet. And then on top of the counter we have a till, so people can pay for their riding lessons and stuff that way. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the front of the tack room. I'm going to head round now and we can take a look inside it. All right, here we are in the tack room. So behind the counter, we have a little chair for someone to sit on, and then under it, we have lots of storage space. So we have a grooming kit here on the right and a little bucket, and then in the next little section, we have a crate, and it's got some bedding in case someone wanted to sleep in the tack room for some reason. And then we also have a bow that's just sort of been propped up there for, I don't know, for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Then we have the beautiful wall of bridles. I've made new bridle hooks for them all, and there's also just a ladder, you know, so you can reach the top ones. I think I'm going to be doing a DIY video on how to make these bridle hooks, so I will link that when I've made it down below. We also have loads of hay all over the floor because it gets really messy with everyone walking through in their boots and stuff, so I think someone needs to sweep up in here because that's not funny. No one likes that. And then on this wall, we have quite a lot happening. On the right, we have 3 saddles, and they're just on these little stands that I've made. They're really simple. It's just 2 lolly sticks glued together. And yeah, I replaced the bigger ones that I've had in here because they took up a lot of room. So yeah, I've just gone for something neater in this small space. And then next to them, we have some pictures. And yeah, we have a big group photo of the barn, some show photos, and a lovely painting that I got from the internet. And then below that, we have a crate with some apples in, which is looking very tasty. And then turning around this way, we have an explosion of colour and stuff. It's quite intense. So we have sort of this, I don't know, it's a sofa on the bottom and then it's storage on the top. It's pretty cool. It's like a bunk bed, but it's not. It's like a double-decker sofa. It could be like a bunk bed because, I don't know, I could take out this stuff and then put the bedding on top, which I think I might do at some point, but for now it's being used as storage. And yeah, I really love this. It's I sort of just put it together, and it got bigger and bigger as I was making it. It's like a combination of lolly sticks and different wooden chopsticks and things like that all glued together. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. And yeah, let's start with the tour of it. So obviously on this side we have the ladder to get up to the top. That's quite cool. I really like that. And then I think we're going to do the top first because it's right here. So yeah, at the top of the ladder we just have 2 trophies. I didn't know where to put them. I think I might need to put in some extra shelves to the barn, like on this wall or something. Yeah, because the trophies need a better place to go, I think. But yeah, they're just being stored up there for now. Then coming to the left, we have 2 hay bales. We have a flag that's just being held up by the hay bale. And in the corner, a pigeon has decided to make its nest. And yeah, there's just a little pigeon sat on its eggs. And I made this pigeon out of clay. Hang on, let me show you this excellent creation. It's actually quite cute. I wasn't expecting it to look as realistic as it does. I think I just had such low expectations when I started making it. Yeah, I actually quite surprised myself. So yeah, that's quite cute in the corner there. And then another one of my favourite things about this room is there's a cat bed up here. So yeah, it looks extremely cozy. Right now we've got 2 little kittens just hanging out in it. They have a fluffy little blanket. There's also some hay in there because of the hay bales. They're quite messy. And yes, the cats look a bit offended about that, but it's got some leather on the bottom, to tie into the sofas down there. And yeah, any kind of cat can sit up there and be safe from the dogs down below, which I really love. Then hanging down here on the front, we have the rosette collection, which is pretty snazzy. And yeah, let's move on down. So let's do this cupboard first. I don't know why, I'm just feeling this cupboard. So in here we have an assortment of saddle pads. They are in rainbow order, and I've also made coat hangers to hang them all up. And the colour of the coat hanger corresponds to the colour of the saddle pad because I was feeling quite fancy that day. So yeah, that's a little bit extra, but it's quite cool. And then below that, you can't really see them because they're black, but there's a row of helmets. I think there's 4, and you really can't see this. But behind all the saddle pads and helmets, there is again a sticky mirror back there. You can kind of see it, kind of see the reflection. And yeah, it makes the cupboard look absolutely huge. I'm really pleased with that. But if you ever took like the saddle pads out, it would be a mirror. So that's quite cool.
Then on the back of the door here, we've got 2 little pictures, and I'm probably going to add some more. It's looking a little blank for my liking. So yeah, in the near future, I will probably do something about that. But I ran out of photos when I was doing this barn, so yeah, I'm going to have to print out some more. And then in that little gap there, hang on, try and focus in here. It's getting a little hectic. It's a bit cramped for my camera. But under here, we have a fire extinguisher. Let me try and pull it out. I don't know how successful that's going to be. Ooh, actually quite successful. Hang on. Yeah, so it's just a little fire extinguisher that's tucked away under there. This is actually, I think it's Playmobil, but it looked really realistic, and I liked what it was bringing to the barn. So I just, oh my gosh, I just stuck it under there. It's kind of a perfect spot, to be honest. I wasn't sure what else I would have put under there. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. It's sort of the health and safety zone with the med kit and fire extinguisher. But that's pretty cool. Oh, hang on. And then next to that, we have the built-in dog bed. And Tico, the little guy here, is just sort of, I think he's hiding his bone under there. I'm not sure, but it's a good hiding place. Yeah. And yeah, I think we need to move on to the sofa bed thing. So yeah, I love this bit. We've currently got 2 girls just sort of chilling out. One's sipping her tea. One's, I think, given up on this day. She's just sleeping with her face buried in the pillow. And behind her, though, we have the picture wall. Oh my gosh, I just knocked over Abby. Anyway, we have the picture wall that spent hours to try and sort of coordinate, and it sort of worked. Like, there are some gaps, but I think I've done pretty well considering that how small the photos are. But yeah, it's a combination of different photos I've taken of the Schleich horses. We've got some, I think there's a real horse photo on there. Actually, no, that's not up there. We have paintings and stuff like that. And yeah, I just absolutely love that. I might extend it to the second wall, though I couldn't. I did it on the first wall, and yeah, just to like try it out, but I'm really liking it, so I think I might bring it around so it covers both walls. I'm not sure though. I'll have a think about it. And oh yeah, there's also a cat there buried in the mountain of pillows, just sort of chilling. And what else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah. Sorry. There's a mountain of storage space under here. So we've got a boot box. Oh, do I have to get them out? Okay, I'll get out the boxes because I spent ages filling them with the specific stuff, so I'll show you what's in the boxes. So this is the first box. It is labelled boots, and yeah, surprisingly that is what it has in it. We have different boots for horses, and yeah, they're just all helpfully stashed in that little crate. Now the next one, oh god, it's really wedged in there. Hang on, oh, it's falling out. Yeah, it's tack cleaning. So we have different sponges and soaps for tack cleaning. And yeah, that's under there. And then the last little crate is one I made earlier. And it is, I think it's lots of hoof oils and stuff like that. It's kind of not, it's not like the med kit. It's not sort of that in emergency use, but it's different sort of horse care products that are medical, but not, you know, not an emergency necessity. So they're just under there for easy access, and the tack cleaning goes in the back corner, and then we've got the boots here at the front. And yes, that is the tack room. Personally, I prefer it a lot more to the previous one. It looks a lot more realistic, I think, and it's a lot more fun, and it contains lots of different accessories and cupboards and stuff like that, which I really like, and I think, yeah, a lot more realistic to a actual tack room. So I'm really pleased with it, and I was not expecting it to take that long to go through, so I better sort of, you know, hurry up, otherwise we're going to be here all day. And seeing as I am this side of the barn, I'm going to do the left hand side first. So yeah, let's move on down this way. We've got the lovely Abby here, the vet, and she's just chatting to this guy. I have forgotten his name, I'm so sorry. But they're just talking, and I think they're discussing the new mare and foal. So this is Jinx, and then this is her little foal Turtle, and they are the new Crayola mare and foal for 2022. And yeah, they're just chilling out in their stall. They've got a lovely hay bale there in the corner. They've started to pull it apart. There's quite a lot of hay scattered on the floor, but yeah, they're just sort of cautiously watching these two from a distance. They're a little bit suspicious, particularly Jinx. She's, yeah, wanting to protect her little foal. And in the corner of the stalls, I have now added a automatic water bowl thing in the corner, so it's got a pipe underneath. And yeah, that's new. I'm liking that. I think it's more realistic, because before, the horses in here didn't have any water. So it's an improvement. And the partition between the stalls now, well, it now has lots of different bars to sort of give the horses more privacy from each other, which is lovely. And also I have used chalk pastel to age the lolly sticks everywhere, so they're a lot less bright. Than, you know, it looks worn. Like, look at that, it's dusty. It's been drooled on by many horses. Yeah, so I love that. I don't know, I did a series, or sort of did a couple of short videos on renovating the barn, and I think I mentioned that in the first one. So anyway, I've gone down a rabbit hole. Let's continue with the tour. So yeah, as you can see, this stall backs onto, or is connected to, the tack room. So there's a little window for the horses to come and say hi to whoever's at the counter. And yeah, let's move to the front of their stall, where they now have a very nice bench, or, you know, their owner can sit down, just chill out, have a drink, relax, that kind of thing. And at the front of their stall, they have a little foal head collar, which is quite sweet. And then next to that, they have their names on little name cards. So, you know, whoever's out here knows what kind of horse is in the stall, and a little bit of information about them. And there's their owner's contact details, that kind of thing. We have a lovely painting of two horses, which appear to be nuzzling. So it's very fitting for a Marin foal, which is really cute. And then we also have a picture in a frame of, like, the barn. There's Ronnie and Terry chilling in the paddock, which is cute. And then underneath the very dusty and hay covered bench, we have some storage space. Oh, and we also have a ball of wool. I think it's a cat's that's just sat in the corner. And hang on, let me just move these guys out of the way. They're kind of interrupting. So under here we have a crate that I made out of lolly sticks for brushes, and yeah, it's helpfully labelled again. And we also have a metal crate of apples that I made out of clay, and yeah, they're just there for anyone to, you know, give to their horse, or I don't know, have as a snack. I don't think you really want to eat those because they've been under that bench, but you know, they're there as an option. And then on the end, we've got two little abandoned lemonade bottles. I don't know if they're empty or full, but they're just sort of chilling out there. So that is Jinx and Turtle's stall. Moving down one, we have Foxtrot, the Appaloosa mare. And yeah, she's just checking out Turtle. I think she's liking his little snoot, which is very cute. And he's got his little baby fuzz. So I think she's just chatting to them. And in her stall, we have a chicken and 4 little chicks who have just decided to, I don't know, go and chill in the corner there. It's quite random, but it's very fitting for a barn. And she's got a hay bale in the corner that she hasn't really touched yet. Again, she's got her new water feeder, very fancy, her excellent bars on the stall divider. And coming out the front of her stall, it's a little bit hectic. We have Skylar, the Andalusian mare, and she's just having a groom by Sophia. And yeah, we have quite a few things. I'm going to have to move Sophia, otherwise you're not going to be able to see anything. So we have tack outside of Foxtrot's stall. It's a lovely pink set. We have definitely a pink theme with the tack box and everything, which I love. And there's also flowers there in a little jug on top of a hay bale. And again, outside the stall, we have the name card for the horse that's supposed to be in there, which is Katniss, though I guess she's out in the paddock right now because that is clearly not Katniss. And there's also a couple of photos of Katniss, which is really cute. And then, yeah, moving down, we have a grooming kit with just brushes in. You can take my word for that. It's just brushes. So I'm not going to open it up. And then next to that, we have a little side table which has a bucket of carrots in for anyone to take. There's a picture frame and I think that's an empty cup. And there's also another random bucket under there because you can never have too many buckets at a stable. And yeah, oh yeah. There's a bull terrier here who's just smiling at everyone, which is sweet. And yeah, I think that's that for that stall. Let's move on down again to Jack, who is a Welsh pony. He's just getting some love from Ollie, and he's also sporting his lovely mint green head collar, which I love. Again, he's got his water feeder there. Look at it, looking glamorous. And yeah, outside his stall, he's got a lovely blue set. So he's got a blue saddle, blue grooming kit, blue mounting block. There's a helmet there. There's also his name card on the stall and a picture of a grey horse, even though it's not him. And also, very randomly, there's a picture of Ronnie and Terry, if you can see that. I don't know why, but you know, it's cute. And there's also a bridle with the reins just sat there. And also for this stable, I have extended it up so it's taller and it blocks off the room next to it. I've done that on both sides, and yeah, that's that. You're ready for this? Okay, I don't think you're ready for this, but I have made a new room next to Jack's stall. Let me spin you around so we can have a look. Yeah, what used to be just a corridor is now a fully functioning kitchen for the barn. I absolutely love this place. I think it might be my favourite thing in the barn. Actually, no, I couldn't decide what my favourite thing was, but this is definitely up there. It is yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's have a little look around it. So we've got the chalkboard on the left wall here. That can be used for, like, I don't know, a quiz night or something like that, or just, I don't know, anything like doodling, whatever. There's also chalk down below it, and this is actually a functioning chalkboard. It's like sticky chalkboard paper that I mounted onto cardboard, and I think I did write something on there, but I must have accidentally rubbed it off because it's now just like a blurry smudge. But anyway, that's there. And then we have, like in line with that, we have a countertop with a sink sunken into it that I made out of clay. There's actually a tap, and yeah, it's quite cool. In the sink, I think we're just doing the sink now. It's kind of small. I can't fit my camera like into the space, like, so you just have to see from this angle. But in the sink, we've got 2 sponges and a spoon that I guess is dirty, so needs washing. And on the left, we've got an outlet with a kettle plugged in, and I made the kettle out of clay and the outlet and everything there. So you can actually remove the kettle from its stand, which I'm not going to attempt because I will knock everything off. But yeah, that I spent a while doing that, which is like a really cool feature. Then in between the kettle and the milk jug there, we have a light switch which is plugged into the mains. We also have a teaspoon, and yeah, there's a milk jug there. And on the mirror, we just have a cute little collection of posters, which are just blue tacked on. And yeah, they're some of them are quite funny. On the other side, we have a tower of plates, which are just waiting to be used. We also have a pile of biscuits, which, again, you know, anyone's just free to snack on. There's quite a collection of them. There's also a knife just set out there, and above the biscuits we have a little shelf for mugs. I think there's like 3 on there or something. And on the wall next to the mug shelf, this is really cool. I actually did painted these 2 pictures, but like on full-size canvases, and then I've just printed them out, like photos of them small scale. So that's quite special to me because I spent a while on those paintings. So yeah, they're just sat there, you know, having their moment of fame on a tiny wall, which is cool. And then above all of that, we have a sunken in, a shelving unit. And yeah, again, there's crates with food. So this one's got apples. This one has cabbages. And yeah, maybe I should label those. I don't know. They are very sweet because they fit in so satisfyingly. Look at that. Oh, it's like the perfect fit. I didn't even plan that. It was just luck. And then above that, we have another shelf which has a huge pot plant on, we have pony treats, and then we have a couple of pans just stacked there. And again, we have another bucket, and this one has beetroot in it, and it's kind of empty, but yeah, that's just sat up there. And yeah, that's that little bit. Then underneath the countertop, we have horse feed bags that are being stored under there, you know, ready to top up the feed room stash. And yeah, I think there's 5, and they fit in there very snugly, perfectly. It's amazing. Then here on the right, we have another tower of crates. There's a lot of crates in this barn, but these ones have food in. So this top one has potatoes. Then we have some more apples, and then, oh my gosh, there's carrots in the bottom one. And now a pile of apples. Let me just fix this. Okay, crisis averted. It's like nothing ever happened. At least it was just the apples, and it wasn't the plate of many biscuits, because that would have taken a lot longer to sort out. Then next to the crates, there is a sack, and yeah, it's not that exciting. It's just a sack, and I think that's everything for that area. I absolutely love it. It's just so pretty. All right, so moving back into the centre of the barn, there is a table with some chairs for, you know, people to sit around and have a tea party, which 4 people are currently doing. So we've got Lila and Abigail, and they're joined by the twins, and I guess they've gotten cupcakes and drinks from the cafe, and yeah, they're currently just eating them, though I think the 3 on the right with cupcakes are trying to understand why this guy has gone for like a meringue thing instead of a cupcake. And I think Abigail particularly is quite offended about it, because you know how she feels about cupcakes. She absolutely loves them. They are literally her life. And yeah, so yeah, it's pretty much food on the table. We have someone's teddy bear there. We also have a camera. And on the floor there is Popcorn, the little Chihuahua puppy, and Snowball, the Labrador puppy, who are just saying hi. And on the wall there is a glamorous painting of a mare and foal, which looks very glossy in the light. And looking past those 4, we get to the feed room, which I think might be one of the biggest causes of the amount of hay that's just sort of all over the floor here. In the feed room is Lara, and she's filling one of the hay nets using the hay net feeder. And yeah, it's quite a messy process. And I think most of the little hay scraps have missed the hay net, despite her using the hay net holder. And yeah, they're just sort of floating around everywhere. So let's just back up a second. Okay, so on the left of the feed room is the door, which, hang on, if I move Abigail, you can see the other side of the door. Excuse me, darling. There we go. So yeah, it opens and shuts like the tack room door, and it says feed room on it, so you can shut it up at night, so no horses get into there if they do escape. But most of the time the door just stays open because it's easier, and it's constantly being used, the feed room. So yeah, it's just easier for everyone. And on the not the underside, the back of the door, there we go. On the back of the door we have loads of notices. It's kind of the notice board for the barn. So there's lots of different posters up. So we have, I don't know, this is a chalkboard, and it looks a bit old. No one's really written on it for a while. We also have a couple of little photos. Let me get a better view of this. Hang on. Yeah, that looks a bit better. So yeah, there's loads of posters all over it. We have a couple of little pictures just floating around. We also have some signs saying, I think there's a kittens for sale one, there's free hay, and then there's a couple of wanted posters, and also an advert for a horse sitter. It's quite cute. I really love that bit. And above it we have out of focus. We have 2 pictures, one of Maui, one of Tiger Lily at the beach, and they really go together as the set. I love those. And next to that is another one of my favourite little things. It was like a hanging bridle hook that I made, but then I made these little clay bananas and was like, oh my gosh, this would be really cute. So I hung the bananas off of it, and yes, it's one of my favourite things. So it's basically just bananas hanging from some hooks, and yeah, they're there as a little treat for the horses, and yeah, it can just be picked off as and when. And yeah, I think that's everything for that bit. Let's head on in further to the feed room. So yeah, obviously there's Lara, and she's just filling up a hay net with the little retractable hay net holder that I made. I also still need to do a DIY video on that, and beneath the hay net is the hay bale she's using to stuff the hay net with. And on the back wall we have sort of embedded in the barn, we have 2 feed bins, one's for chaff and one's for pony nuts, and the lids do lift up. Hang on. Whoop. There's a little scoop in there with the pony nuts, and also they have sort of the servings written on the bottom of the lids, and that's just the same for the chaff too. And yeah, there's also a mirror on there, similarly to the kitchen, which I love. I think I kind of went crazy with the mirrors in this barn, but they really add a lot. On this side wall, we have 2 more pictures in frames. One's another barn shot, and one's just an aesthetic picture of some girls riding through a field. And we also have loads of shelves and stuff in the feed room, so let's take a look at those. On the bottom shelf on the back wall, we have some supplements. We also have treat bags and things like that. I think there's also a cod liver oil bottle. There's a pot plant there on the left, and also a jar of polo mints that's very nearly empty. And there's also a little horse painting there on the shelf. Then beneath the shelf, we have some more posters. One saying, like, don't feed the horses, they're on special, this on special diets. There's also wash buckets after use, like a little reminder sign. There's a post-it note next to the light switch reminding people to turn it off. And there's also a horse aware poster. That's just there for general barn information. And also being propped up there is a little fork, which I guess is supposed to be used to tidy up the hay, but yeah, no one's really felt the need to do that yet. Then next to that is the ladder that you can use to reach the shelves, and on the top shelf we have the different horse buckets that are just being stored up there when they're not being used. We also have another, oh my goodness, the focus. In the corner we have a pot plant. We also have some more, I think this is just like an extra horse supplement or something. And there's also a bag of horse treats that's kind of looking a bit, I don't know, it looks a bit empty. Then to the right of the feed room, we have another little pony stall. This one contains Pancake, the Przewalski's horse mare. Yeah, she is absolutely adorable. Her full name is Banana Pancakes, but yeah, she's just chilling out in there, sort of observing the hay net being made. She's just really calm and is enjoying her bedding, which looks very plush. Her stall also comes with a hay bale and a fully functioning water thing, and that one's looking at like it's leaked a bit and is kind of moulding up the wall, which is so it kind of needs sorting out. Which, yeah, it's not great. But out front of her stall, she's got her head collar, which is a nice sage green. She's got her name card and a sign telling people that she has special dietary requirements and not to feed her anything weird, or just feed her at all for that matter. And she also has 2 little pictures of herself on the front there, which I love. And out the front of that we have a bench with a bucket underneath, I don't know, this weird plants thing on the bench, a helmet, and another little empty bottle. Moving back down this way, we have Jet's stall. He is a Hanoverian stallion and he is gorgeous, and he's just watching his neighbours through the bars of his stall, which sounds a bit sad, but no, he's just chill. And next to him he's got his waterer thing, I still don't know what it's called. There's his hay bale, and out the front of his stall there's a lovely little picture of some ponies. There's his name card down there, buried in the pile of stuff. There's a picture of him and also a sign saying he has special dietary needs. And again out the front there is a bench, but this one has Stacey sat on it, and she's just cleaning her tack on this tack stand that I made. So yeah, it is a lovely light sky blue set of tack. And in the bottom there is some stuff. Let me just grab this so we can have a look. Oh goodness, it's all falling off. Let me look. Okay, so we have some, I don't know, horse gel stuff. There's apples, and there's also binoculars. That's what she's chosen to store there. Let me just put the bridle back on like nothing happened. And yeah, of course, she is holding a sponge. And let me have a look, because the seat of this bench lifts up, I think. Yeah, there's lots of stuff under the seat of the bench, and I think this is a Schleich bench, and the stuff down there is just a sticker. But it adds a nice little detail, and it does look realistic, and I have just knocked the bridle off again. Next in line we have Treacle's store, and she is a Mustang mare, and currently her and Jessie are getting up to some, I don't know, trouble. They they have kind of destroyed Treacle's hay bale, and Treacle's now covered in it, and so is Jessie by the looks of it. Her hat's fallen off, and the two terriers, Ted and Maggie, are joining in the fun. They look like they're having a great time. It's really, really sweet, and yeah, loads of fun. Out the front, we have lots of things. It's quite a pile. So we have some Western tack. I think this is Jessie's stuff. So yeah, Western tack. We've got Treacle's head collar just hanging off of the horn there. Behind the bridle and the reins, we've got Treacle's name card and a picture of her. There's also a barrel racing barrel with a lone banana on the top. Down there's a glass bottle. There's also a dog bowl. I guess that's for Maggie and Ted. There's also a hay bale with another one of Jessie's hats on. There's a bucket in the same dark blue. And on the bench, there is another trophy. And yeah, then we've got to the next stall's stuff. But before we do the last stall, let's come back up a little bit and acknowledge this little girl who's been getting in the way of a couple of the shots. So yeah, this is Mia and her little rat Remy, and they are, yeah, I think they're just going for a little ride on Dolly, who is the curly mare, and I'm kind of surprised that Mia's not riding her usual little Shetland pony, but I guess she's decided to mix it up. She's run a bit of a bigger horse. And yeah, they're just walking through. But anyway, let's move to the last stall, which has my two Clydesdales in. So yeah, these two naturally have the biggest stall on the barn, as they are so huge. So this guy in the corner is Fred, and he is my Clydesdale gelding. And then next to him is his little foal, who is called Snowy, and she is, yeah, a Clydesdale also. And Snowy, I have just gotten a second hand off of Vinted, and I absolutely adore her. I think she is so sweet. And they are just both looking at this little piglet who has decided to pay them a visit, and they're both very interested in that. And also they have their hay bale there, their water bucket thing, and yeah, they're just generally very sweet. And finally, very finally, we have these two people. So we've got Sarah and this lady. I have forgotten her name, but they're trying to round up these two pigs who have come wandering in and are trying to make friends with the horses. And yeah, they're trying to just escort them out, you know, calmly, because they're not supposed to be in here. And frankly, I don't think the barn can take that many more visitors at the moment. It is so packed. So yes, everyone, that is it for, you know, my barn tour. I really hope you liked all the new renovations. I absolutely adore the barn. I've spent so many months on this, and it's just amazing to see it all come together, and yeah, looking as realistic as it does. I think it looks quite cool, and I'm so pleased with it. It just, yeah, it's amazing. I really hope you've all enjoyed watching the tour and found it inspiring. I'm so excited for you all to see it, and also well done if you have watched the whole thing through, because I feel like this is going to be a long video considering how long it's taken me to film. And yeah, I will do an overview of the whole thing now. But again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day. Make sure you're subscribed if you enjoyed this video for more Schleich horsey content, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!